to the shop just to pick and choose. I'm that, don't get confused, cause even when the prayed I didn't lose. Machine.
I done seen the best of them jammed up. 25 to life in the can't stop. Never met a man that they can't talk. We're talking on the phone.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins. For a berth in Super Bowl 53, away we go. The 2019 AFC Championship game is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down, Bridgewater. Space to maneuver at the 40. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up a third down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Steps away to his left. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Going underneath for Gordon. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting. Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Hurry up.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. This is Gordon on the dump off. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's third down. Here's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Morris Claiborne, the former #1 pick of the Cowboys there defensively. That's already the third time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Toss play to McKinnon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
To the right side, complete to Miller. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back now with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Detroit! 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 Gun! 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 Gun!
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Julian Edelman from 6 yards away. And the Dolphins are in for 6. Extra point good by Prater, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And the Jets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They go play action. Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Finds Roberts left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Geno Atkins able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. To throw, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down again. Wesley Woodyard in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. 3rd and long now after the sack. And we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Bridgewater. That is caught by Williams for a Jets touchdown. In for the score. And the Jets are able to strike for 6. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot!
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Open man, it's Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. From the gun, it's Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. And Jones has it over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
56. Hut.
Now McKinnon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hut. Hut.
Now Allen throwing on second down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Dolphins on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this is caught by Allen for a Dolphins touchdown. Dwayne Allen in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are in for 6.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Prater for the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game as we send you up to Orlando to yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. J.J. Nelson now to return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 23 yards on the play. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Bridgewater now. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. Tally that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Wesley Woodyard in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he goes out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm, really. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Teddy Bridgewater, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Jets are able to strike for 6. So with 2nd and goal, still had a couple of downs to work with. They tried to sneak, and they got in.
I like the idea that they did it early in the down and distance count. 2nd down as opposed to waiting later on. I think it fooled them a little bit, but how about the push they got up front to get the quarterback through?
Big push and a touchdown to boot. Here comes Nelson. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. Completion left side to Miller. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Allen McMillan now to throw on third down. It's caught. Jones. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. Toss. It's McKinnon. Room to run inside the 40. The 20. 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jarek McKinnon. 52 yards. And the Dolphins are in for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for his big target, Brandon Marshall. And it's second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Losing 6 yards there to bring up fourth. Here's Marquette King now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. So now here come the Dolphins. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. They go play action here on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shane Ray coming with pressure. He drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's...
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding some room at midfield. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jarek McKinnon with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Extra point good by Prater, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. A second down throw for Bridgewater. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing is Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Here again is McKinnon. "25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll try and run with McKinnon. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Jerick McKinnon saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Prater for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Second down, Bridgewater. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Carry for their fullback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this. The Dolphins on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and 5. They run once more with McKinnon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Now Austin. A great return there of 22 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. New York set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Bridgewater. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
On third down, Bridgewater. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Bridgewater on first down. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. He was trying to get it to his tight end, Michael Roberts, there. And that'll bring up second down. One last shot now for Bridgewater. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Really a great season. Not a whole lot to hang their head about.
Not at all. And, you know, the winning side, they're so ecstatic. They're going to the Super Bowl. But for the guys that we're talking about, they've got to figure out how it's going to go next year. Are they going to be motivated by this loss? Or will this loss linger and really make them, make it tough for them to come out of the gate strong next year? Only time will tell. But they've got to find a way to use this loss and use it as motivation.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.